This is definitely a real talk kind of video today, so you better get comfortable. Now, you know all those YouTube success stories that you hear about? You know the ones where they do the videos and they show you exactly what they made on YouTube in December. They show you the analytics, they've got the plaques, they go on all the trips, they've got everything to prove it, and it all looks great. Well, it's all real and it's great, but there's a lot more to it than that. So today we're going to be pulling back the curtain on what YouTubers don't tell you. But guess what? It's going to be a reality check, but with a sprinkling of encouragement. Because at the end of this video, we're going to talk about how you can get past these negative points and make a success of YouTube. Because yes, it is possible. Don't forget, if you do like this video, give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel and hit the bell button so that you never miss any of my future videos. And don't forget, I am on all of the other social media platforms too. So head over, take your pick, because there's something for everyone. There's beauty, there's lifestyle, a bit of everything. So I'd love to see you on some of my other platforms too. Now let's head into this video. Growth can be slow. All these success stories that you hear about on YouTube didn't just happen overnight. There's a lot more work to it and there's a lot more consistency to it. It is possible to make it on YouTube, but consistency is such a massive part of it, because you could be creating 2-3 videos a week for at least a few months or even a year with some cases, and you don't see much growth. So it can be quite demotivating and it's difficult to keep yourself on track. It's hard enough keeping faith in yourself generally. So this isn't exactly the best way to instill confidence in yourself, but if you can stay with it, be patient and have the faith, then you can come out the other side. It's so easy to become discouraged by a slow subscriber count. I remember when I first started, I only had a few thousand and I genuinely thought, what is the point of this? But then I had to take a minute and realize that that few thousand is actually a good amount. Like, I've somehow managed to attract a few thousand people all over the world and they're interested in what I'm creating. So I had to really sit back and really focus on those people that really did put the effort in to like my videos, to subscribe to my channel, because clearly if they've subscribed, then they really want to see more. I mean, think about it. When you hit subscribe on a channel, you're hitting subscribe because you really liked their video. There are so many videos on YouTube that we hit like on, but we don't always hit subscribe. Now, hitting subscribe is a big thing. It's a big step to take, because really what you're doing is investing in the content that they're creating and you really want to see more. So it's a big thing if 1 or 2 subscribers do turn up. So make sure you look after them. Don't neglect them and start thinking about what you're trying to do, but think about what you are doing. Think about it. There are so many YouTubers out there. There are millions of videos out there, so many YouTubers, and somehow your channel, your video has to kind of like push through to the front and get noticed in this massive crowd of videos. So it's hard enough like as it is. Don't put any extra pressure on yourself. But that's the part that can be demotivating. And it's really a case of you understanding the bigger picture and realizing that there are going to be people out there who like your video. It's just going to take a bit of time for you to find them, or for them to find you. Tech issues. Okay, this is a really annoying thing that happens to everyone. There could be glitchy editing. It could be that your frame from your camera is wonky and you've only realized it after when you're editing. There could be issues with the internet, or sometimes it could even be that the YouTube platform has issues with uploading videos. It happens, and it happens to everyone. Honestly, I've heard so many other YouTubers talk about this. I remember having panic attacks because I had to upload a video and I wasn't really ahead of schedule at that point. So I uploaded it on the day that it was uploading, like that evening, and it wasn't uploading for some reason. There was some issue with YouTube and I thought, oh my god, like what is it? Have I like done something? Have they given me some kind of, you know, strike or something? I was very new to YouTube at that point, so I wasn't even sure what it was. But then after a little while, like searching online and looking at different kind of forums, people were saying the same thing, like it does happen sometimes. And now honestly it doesn't faze me, because I see the upload issue on YouTube. Like it normally says that there's an issue currently with uploading or something, and I know, okay, it's fine, it'll be sorted soon. But not only that, I now know that I need to schedule ahead of time. So now I don't just wait until the day to upload it. Obviously it takes a bit of time to get used to it, so you do have to give yourself a bit of time before you actually start to upload. So don't let these issues stop you from doing anything, because I know that that can also be demotivating and also kind of like almost feel like there's something constantly happening, I'm just not meant for this. Don't think that way, because it happens to all of us. Honestly, the YouTubers that you see, their videos that you see online, they're not going to mention all these things. You know, most most of their videos are not going to be about the fact that they had such an issue uploading that video. So you've got to give yourself a bit of leeway and understand that it does happen to everyone. It's not just you. And honestly, I feel like what it did for me was prepare me for the future. So I knew that, okay, this has become an issue. I need to make sure that doesn't happen again. So what can I do? I can make sure I schedule my videos way in advance so I don't have to run into that issue on the day. And if there's something else that comes up, then I know that I can do something to ensure that that doesn't happen again. So you've really got to think about what you can do to avoid those issues going forward. Once you're hit with a problem, figure it out and figure out how you can avoid it going forward. Negative comments. Unfortunately, trolls do exist. If I had my way, I would just wipe them all out. But honestly, they do exist and they really are annoying. But honestly, just remember that their negativity says so much about them and not a lot about you at all. Because you haven't asked for this opinion or negativity on your channel. They clearly are unhappy with themselves. You may get some negativity, and honestly, I've not had a lot of it, to be honest. So I've been really lucky with that. Not even, I don't know if it's luck. I don't know if it is that they didn't have anything to say, or I'm sure they do, trust me, because I've had it on other platforms. I just feel like the community on YouTube is very different to other platforms, and I don't think it's a case that they don't exist there, but I feel like the people who are on YouTube are a lot more engaged and are there because they genuinely want to watch a video from start to finish. They're not just sitting there scrolling mindlessly. Don't worry if you do get any negativity, because that one comment is nothing in comparison to how many people will probably leave positive comments or asking you questions. Just even people asking you questions, so it might not even be a comment that's even positive or negative, but they're asking you something. They're interested. It's still something which is good for your channel and good for you. The biggest piece of advice I could give is don't let these people dictate or control your mood or decisions, because if they end up dictating or like changing your decision on something, honestly, it means that they've won. You really need to just not respond to them. They don't exist. I just delete, block, whatever. I really don't want people like that on my channel, and if they clearly don't want to be there, they can go somewhere else. You know, I think half the time these people are waiting for a reaction, and the minute you give it to them, you're just fueling it, and that's what they want. They want to feel acknowledged in some way, clearly. I would say just focus on the positive engagement that you do receive. Understand that those are the people who actually matter. Those are the people who are going to help you along your journey and also help you to succeed. Burnout. So you may have actually heard this term being thrown around in the YouTube community, and it is real. I have been very close to burnout myself several times, and I've really had to kind of like just pause and think and figure out what I need to do to get back on track, because the minute you start pushing yourself more and more, that's when you're just going to end up burning out. And basically what it means is someone who is drained of energy and exhausted, and you basically just cannot think. And the thing is with YouTubers, it is a lot about creativity. No matter what topic or niche that you have, it is about creativity, because what you're doing is you are creating content. So even if you are discussing something that you feel has no creativity whatsoever, I personally, I'm a creative, and I believe everyone is creative in some way. Even if you are an accountant and you are publishing videos showing, you know, your advice on accounting or finance or whatever, that is still creative, because you are putting together that video, you're sitting in front of the camera, you are putting together a presentation, and it all involves creativity. And burnout can feel like you have lost that creativity, and you just don't feel like you have the mental capacity to continue creating good content. So it can be a horrible place to be in, because this, you know, for a lot of people, this is your kind of bread and butter. This is how you make a living. So it can be quite a tough situation to deal with if that does happen. That's why I honestly feel it is so important to look after your health and your mind, and just to feel healthy in your mind and on the outside, on the inside, so that you can actually create the best content for other people, but also look after yourself while you're doing it. You really need to think about the long-term expectations of your community when you're starting a YouTube channel. So when you first start, you're probably not going to have any subscribers, or maybe just a handful, and you may think, I'm going to get started, I'm just going to start right now, and then that's it, you know, just going to go with it, go with the flow, see how it goes. If you are taking this seriously, and what I mean by that is actually doing this to be able to monetize your channel eventually, and, you know, have your videos get the best views possible and just become a success on YouTube, then you really need to plan before you actually start. Because if you just get started and your videos start to get the views and you may not have the subscribers there at the beginning, you need to remember that those subscribers are going to increase. You are going to build the subscribers. It isn't something that is a choice of yours in terms of how many you get or when you get them. When you start producing and publishing those videos, you are going to end up attracting people on YouTube, and it's slowly going to grow and grow and grow. And when it grows to the point where you have a community which is actually looking for specific content from you and they've subscribed because they love your content, they are relying on you to provide regular, consistent content. And if you don't do that, there's no reason for them to stick around. And the problem with that is you haven't really properly thought through whether you can actually commit to something like that. So I would suggest, before even going into this, think about what it is that you can do that can help to avoid that issue later on. So think of a schedule that you know you can commit to regardless. Don't just do it and think, I've got the time at the moment, so therefore it's great. Maybe produce the videos and, you know, batch record, so that maybe you have 4 videos ready and you can start uploading, but you know by the time it gets to that 4th video that gets published, you've already got another 4 ready. So try and be ahead of it before you even start, because that way you know that in case anything happens, in case you get ill, or in case you need a little bit of time to rest and recharge, you have a couple of weeks there as a buffer before you can start having to worry about recording videos again. It did happen to me as well, like I mentioned. Like, there were a couple of times where I really felt that I was getting close to burnout, because all I felt I was doing was just filming, editing, filming, editing, filming, editing. It was just non-stop, and I didn't have time for anything else, and I just felt like there just weren't enough hours in the day. So I think ultimately it's a case of taking a step back when you know you're starting to feel that way and thinking, right, what can I do now to really make this easier on myself so that I don't get burnt out? So now let's talk about the good stuff. Why is YouTube such a rewarding career? Creative freedom. YouTube is basically your canvas. It's your playground. It's where you can actually create videos using your voice about things that you love. You can experiment, you can try new videos, you can try different niches, you can niche down, or you don't have to niche down. You can do a variety of different topics. It really depends on what you're trying to do on your channel. But the great thing is you have control. You are not working for someone. This is your channel, and you can create it into a very lucrative business if you put 100% into it. I wouldn't waste too much time trying to figure out what your niche is. Like, spend a bit of time figuring out what it is that you love, what are you passionate about, what are you good at, what do you possess in terms of knowledge that you know people are going to love. But don't spend so much time thinking about what your niche is going to be if you have so many other things that you also want to cover. If you get started and you have a rough idea, that's good enough, because what happens then is, as you actually start publishing your videos and as your community grows, they will actually guide you into what your niche will be. A lot of YouTubers say that they started out with one thing, and gradually, as their channel grew and their community grew, they realized that they ended up going towards a different direction, which they didn't even anticipate to go down, but they end up loving it. So you figure out along the way through your journey what it is that you are meant to be creating videos on. And don't forget that your community will guide you and they will connect with you. They'll speak to you, they'll let you know what it is that they want to see, and gradually that will help you get to basically what your destination is. Real connections. You're going to build a community which you are going to love. I can promise you that, because I would say that YouTube is one of the best platforms when it comes to community. You really do create a great community where you get to actually speak to your subscribers, and some of them can end up becoming quite good friends because they love what you love. So whatever it is that you're creating videos on, they love it too. And how great is that, where you get to actually just connect with people who are passionate about the same kind of topics that you're passionate about. Personal growth. Honestly, I would say YouTube pushes you to adapt, to learn, and to also become a better version of yourself. Because by filming all these videos day in, day out, what you're doing is you are bettering yourself when it comes to your skill. Whatever it is that you are good at, whatever it is that you're going to publish, you will become better and better. If I were to look back at my videos have definitely become better. Like, over time, I've realized how my confidence has improved, how my skill when it comes to talking in front of the camera has improved. And it's generally helped me throughout life too, I would say, not just on YouTube. It genuinely is so good for you because you have all these random strangers cheering for you. Like, they've come to your channel and subscribed because they loved the content that you created. But one thing you need to remember is they didn't just love the content. They loved you. They loved your personality. So whatever it is that you were creating, whatever it is that you were talking about resonated with them. And they felt that they actually wanted to see more from you. So they like you. That's the bottom line. Your subscribers like you. I do not subscribe to any channel that that I do not like. If I watch their videos and I like them and I like the content they're producing and it benefits me in some way and I'm learning something, then I will subscribe to that channel. So think about why you subscribe to a channel. And now think about the fact that you have however many people following your channel. It's pretty insane. And that in itself is a great boost to your confidence, but it also just helps you to kind of like accept your passion as well and really focus on the things that you love. So yeah, YouTube does have its ups and downs, but like any journey, the challenges along the way actually make you better at what you do. So embrace the journey, celebrate every win, and don't forget why you are doing this. Ultimately, YouTube is your stage. It's your microphone. It's your chance to share your unique voice with the world, and that is what makes it so special. So what are some of the things that you wish you knew about YouTube before you started? Or what is it that you want to learn about? So let me know in the comments box below, and let's grow this community, because I would love to have you here too. I really do hope that you go out there and you create the videos that you want to create and you start that channel that you've been thinking about starting, because honestly, as much as there are a lot of challenges along the way, it is one of the best decisions I've ever made when it comes to my career. So I hope you've enjoyed it. Let me know what you think in the comments box below. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel and hit the bell button so that you never miss any of my future videos. Until the next video, take care, and I'll see you soon.